Welcome back to the 12th week of my Empires Season 2 recap, where falling behind everyone else does not stop the grind. So let's see what our rulers have been up to, shall we? The gator map that Joe found in a hidden hideout some weeks ago is now of use to find Gator. In the traditional boat method, while on this ravagous journey, he notices one of Skeleton's associates out in the wild, attacking for their sins. They squirm on for dear life before sinking to the bottom of the ocean. Continuing on foot, map in hand, finds Gator. However, he's trapped in a cage, floating on the water, which doesn't pose difficult for Joe to break him out and bring to the Forgotten Cove. Yet, no blacksmith deserves to live in a prismarine and fish shop, so as is his right, gets built a lighthouse connecting right onto the gateway, which internally is a blacksmith. Fortunately, it is easier for Joe to get Gator in their house than it was with Pete. For ease of getting to his storage area, a pathway is terraformed around the lighthouse. Sausage notices the warden present, which has been left at his base, unwanted. Unlike others wanting to kill it, Sausage, ruling Sanctuary, decides it would be a bad idea to protect the warden, instead, as it didn't decide to be on the surface in the first place. Digging a tunnel, adding magic, and dying a few times, the warden now has a new habitat, a mixture between the Sanctuary style and the Deep Dark. However, to make sure it doesn't escape, a force field is put in place for everyone's protection. While going on a mining adventure with Shelby, he had collected 3 axolotls named Spider Gwen, Spider Pig, and Miguel O'Hara, which are proceeded to be put in a fountain like all the others in the axolotl verse. Fortunately, no visions happened this episode. What a relief! Yet we speak too soon, as when he lays his head, he's transported into a summoning circle. We have to get out of here, fast. We can only theorise what could happen, as the video ends with unintelligible whispers on a black screen. Shelby is now in process of constructing her lake. She gets some calcite from Fripp while mining some amethyst. Having come back to get more, the remaining amethyst has placed itself. Yes, it does what it does, I suppose. Unlike what Scott may have wanted, Shelby isn't scared by the moss statue, thinking where it's facing is where the fog is coming from, but where it's facing is her bay. Not wanting to go cave mining alone, she gets Sausage to come with her, get a spore blossom, which Sausage had found first. Before this, creates a new weapon, like a scythe, which is tested on a slime. Less evil than a Grim Reaper, however. She could be gathering souls of those who are bad and studying them before cleansing be let free. While exploring, she finds a skeleton spawner, which in it has an enchanted golden apple. As expected, Sausage doesn't know of her expelling from the academy, thinking that this should get her a promotion because of her goodness, especially when they read her book, where parades will be thrown for her in the streets. Unfortunately, it's only a dream, which could be the same with being able to watch Catherine work out as her ripped muscles inspire the witch. However, she would need to be beware of Joe with a gun, who proclaims that he will supposedly marry Catherine, which, if her dream is to come true, she needs to stop, which potentially is through a duel, so practices on Sausage with her wand. Once putting her first axolotl into the lake, it proceeds to kill all of the fish, and now they're used to becoming food. After putting the spore blossoms in her house, she needs to be prepared, especially when the ghosts and the law is on her trail. So what she plans to do is go missing, as the council would have known that people go and lost her, so when they search evermore, she would hide, then when they leave, she would return. A dilemma to this plan is that if the council thinks she's missing, so will her grandma, so potentially she'd have to send a secret letter so they can't follow her trap. Will she have to do this forever? What is the end plan? Surely everything will be fine, right? Before having left, for the sheriff, things had gone complicated, like being trapped in his own jail by Scott, then being killed several times by his own deputy while others surrounded the cell, and more, losing everything. Fripp is on very thin ice, and it isn't helped by a little warning gift causing confirmation of his firing. So Fripp would notice a chest is put in front of his house for him to put in his badge promptly once he returns from his honeymoon. Trouble still isn't avoided by seeing the claw machine Lizzie had made last week. Does he need to always say every episode that he's not a toy? Whoever does this is taking a mix. Seemingly, it feels as if every time he leaves Summertown, something new appears. For example, after completing his villager breeding and stalls for them to work, it's greeted by a balloon, which buyer is selling his own terracotta. Travelling to the coordinates to the boss, turns out bandits did this, promptly killing them all with TNT minecarts to then steal their business. Despite half of the island being blown up by Joe's gold, a more important matter is recentering the stratosphere stratosphere while wondering on if this is an act of war. Like many others, he has to deal with the warden that was gifted to him by Thwip with a bow and arrow flying end to end of the bridge. However, when going for an axe grip, dies immediately. If it wasn't broken, why fix it? Once slain, its head is put on the British gateway to threaten those who enter. As someone may have suspected, other gods used to exist on the server, yet they had all died, so he deals with it by humour and building temples for them. Firstly, the god of farming, whose name he forgot, hint, wink, nudge, who was 10-6, meaning not the shortest god, temple had been built. Having it been long ago, he wants us to remind him of other gods that he may have forgotten from his poor memory. Receiving Sausage's axe through Hermes, which is better than his own, is uncertain on what to give back, so returns Hermes back with a mini stratosphere saying that he loves the new axe and excited when he uses it on his wood. Liz returns, noticing her amethyst is gone while hearing suspicious noises leading to the present, proceeding to die as expected once gotten too close. To defeat this threat, she calls to the children of the forest, which comes to her aid to fight the warden. Eternally grateful for their service, all get homes to live in. Now it's for the mystery of who stole her rightful amethyst. She doesn't need to do much, as the culprit was forced to follow back their own footsteps to place back the amethyst before Lizzie could notice. But they are confronted, Catherine still being annoyed at Joe. Yet there are still thieves among her empire itself, with scam artist foxes, which are dealt with by being zombified several times, making their trades better than ever before. To this necromancy, there is a consequence of skeleton horses with skeleton riders attacking the empire. More of a curse than she had expected. By killing zombies by her warden head monument, Skulk reads through the part of her town hall. Let's pretend as if this hasn't happened at all. Thank you for watching all of this week's recap, and if you did, why not like and subscribe with the bell so you are notified of my next recaps. Maybe even leave in a comment as well. Goodbye.